Welcome to my channel where I help you find the light within through channeled messages, through my own experiences. I hope this message finds you when you need it to. I'm very confident that it will. This message is meant for you to download whatever resonates and hopefully take it forward with you as you go on your own path and your own journey to finding yourself and the light within. So, today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about trauma. And the reason being is that when we kind of start our journey into finding ourselves and understanding who we truly are, we don't realize that we are coming into this with so much baggage. And what I mean by that is we have the baggage of trauma, whether it's from our past lives, if you believe in that or not, our current lifetime. So we have our childhood traumas that we tend to hold on to the most. And some people just live in it every day, even though it was in the past, it's something that affects them in their day to day life as an adult, as someone who is much older and living in this everyday life. They are still holding on to a lot of that childhood trauma, and some people are even in denial of that. So they don't see how it is affecting them in the many ways that it's hindering their potential today. And lastly, there is our generational trauma. So we also carry the burdens and the traumas of our ancestors, that so much to the point where, someone could have an amazing life this time around. No childhood trauma, had the best childhood, you know, and everything just amazing. And they're still not sure where, for example, their fears come from or where their problems in life stem from. And a lot of the time, we don't realize that we are carrying the traumas of our ancestors. So, the whole reason for all of this is that we want to find ways to address and release this trauma that no longer serves us, this baggage that we no longer need to carry. So that way it frees up some space for us to not only release the storage of emotions that come with this, but to also just release the pain and the suffering that we no longer want to associate with, so that we can move forward and follow our path and be these light beings that we're supposed to be. For me personally, I'd like to say that starting with healing of my traumas was such a huge step for me, because it helped me see that a lot of the things and fears that I was holding on to weren't actually my own. um, we all experience some form of childhood trauma, and I thought that's all that there was. But when I did, when I began to do the work, I started to see that no, there is actually generational trauma that I've been holding on to. There is past life traumas that I've been holding on to. And once I was able to release that, I now started to see a lot of the things that bothered me in my day to day life weren't actually things that bothered me. It's things that were attached to the traumas that I never released. So now I can move forward without blockages, without any hesitation. And to give you a more concrete example, my trauma all stems around trusting others, trusting myself, most importantly, trusting in myself. But now that that's been removed, I'm starting to see all of the things that I am doing now, and it's only helping other people even more. So, by me releasing my trauma, I am now able to help so many other people. And that to me is why I feel as though trauma and releasing and understanding is one of the first pillars to knowing yourself and finding yourself. Um, I'm not going to get too much into the scientific part of that, but hopefully soon, as I continue my studies and as I speak with more people, I can have more of those conversations and bring those forward, because that's the point of everything, is to share the knowledge that I was able to gain, that I'm fortunate to gain, with others so that they can then receive it. And, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel like this resonates with me. And so I'm going to sum it up by saying if you haven't started to go on this journey of understanding your traumas and understanding that they didn't happen to you, they happened for you, what are you now going to do in order to essentially pay it forward? Um, and it starts with releasing. It starts with removing all of the blockages that have been stored in your body, the emotions, the fears, all of that has to go in order for your light to shine. And in the future, I'll be talking about more ways, more pillars on how we can do this. But I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you understand that uh, trauma needs to be released. It doesn't want to be held in your body. It wants to be released. So release the trauma, release it from your mind, body, and spirit, and go forward with the light.